Happy Friday, friends. What's going on? So happy to see y'all. I'm gonna let y'all have a moment coming in as I get myself together. I try to be on time this year. Let me tell you, mm, this year is gonna be amazing. This year is already amazing. My lips popping. Okay. And I don't like to talk to y'all with empty lips because y'all know me. All right, let me pull up some of my screens. Happy New Year to everyone who I haven't seen so far this year. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are going through your what do we call it? Your free trial of 2024. That's what January is. January usually lets you know, sets the tone of what we're gonna do, how we're gonna implement, who we're gonna talk to, all the things. So we are what's today? January 19th. So we are almost done with our free trial. So don't waste your time uh, getting it together because we don't get this free trial back again until 2025. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, my name is Abby Sufrant. I have so many hats, but I am your government contracting queen. I like the name queen. I got to figure out the tag name. I'm your government contracting girl. All right. I am your plug. I am your I know what it is. I have the whole thing and I don't even know why I'm not doing it. Anyway, let's rewind. I know this is live. But I'm doing this to encourage those who are not ready to do live and want to do things perfectly. Baby, throw that out the window. Okay, you gotta be okay with making mistakes, showing up who you are, because at the end of the day, you have value. You are a subject matter expert, and you create your own lane. So I'm gonna rewind it, even though we're 2 minutes in. What's going on, y'all? Happy New Year! How y'all doing? My name is Abby Sufront. I am your operator of opportunities. Remember that opportunities are everywhere. So today, I'm doing what I do, what I love, and that is talking about contracts. All right, contracts are life. Now, if you are in the South, particularly Alabama, Tennessee. I know the North is getting some snow, but it's not often that the South gets some snow. But when we get some snow, the folks ain't never ready. And my children have been off school for now 6 days. No, 5 days because they had off Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So last Friday and every day this week, they have been off in this house, eating us out of a house and a home. When in fact, they definitely could have gone back to school at least by Wednesday. However, due to lack of preparation, and I don't know who to blame per se, I'm going to dig a little deeper soon, but we got a little bit of snow. We got a lot of snow. But however, when you leave weather elements snow untouched, it turns into ice. We've had some single digits this week, and it just turned into a thing. Y'all know if you're in the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So just bear with us, right? Hopefully these kids will be back in school next week. That will be great. But in the meantime, we want everybody to be safe, and I understand it's such a high liability to have buses and all these people on the road trying to get to school, get to work. And certain area businesses are open, so that's cool. But y'all still be safe. That's definitely like a Department of Transportation thing. That is a state thing. That's a city thing. And so I will definitely be pulling up to get some answers or just to hear what's going on. I don't have to be the one to complain. Trust me, there are plenty of people in this city who are going to complain before me. So all I'm going to do is just sit back quietly, take my notes, and mind my business. So I didn't come on here to talk about that. But also remember that where there is chaos, there is contracts, right? So there's always ways for contract opportunities to show up. So like I said, there's opportunities everywhere. If I had me a snow truck, a truck that can plow some snow, put down some salt, I definitely could have made some phone calls and could have made some things work. And I probably honestly could have made at least half of my annual income in just this week alone. That's how contract opportunities work, especially when you're inconveniencing, you're coming in as not really a subject matter expert, but you're coming in as an expert to help get get the city back on its feet. That's major, right? Because as we are instructed to stay inside because we have so many slick roads, icy roads, the things that people are not considering is that we don't have any commerce coming into our area. And it's not just, Huntsville, but it's North Alabama. There are at least 6 counties that are affected by this. And so we have to keep that into consideration. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about these contracts, right? So the contract came across my desk today for barbers and beauticians. Now, the number one question I get all the time is, are there contracts in my field? Does the government buy what I have to offer? 9.8. That's from the Keith Lee, right? I'm gonna give it a 9.8. 9.8 out of 10 times the government buys what you have to offer. Now, you have to understand which level of government you want to work with, and you have to understand the problems that they have because their budgets are geared towards the problems that they have. That's probably the most simplest way I can put it. And they will pull money to help crisis, chaos, bad weather, things that they didn't necessarily plan, however, but are absolutely necessary to keep things moving forward, if y'all picking up what I'm putting out. All right. So today, contract we're going to talk about actually is in my state of Alabama, and it's for barbers and beauticians. And when I tell you this contract, I try to dig into it deep, try to get some details. When I tell you there was minimal information, which for me is like it leaves it wide open for anyone who is eligible, who is able to handle this capacity, right? So I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I got a couple screens. So if I'm looking over here, I'm looking at another screen. Don't think I'm ignoring y'all. Those of you who are watching, let me know where you are watching from. And if you guys know any barbers and beauticians, please tag them in this. Now, also understand, though this is a state contract for the state of Alabama, does not mean it is not in your area. And it may not be available right now in your area. And there may be a contractor or a prime who is currently working a contract of this magnitude in your state, which you can hop on if there is a need. You can always introduce yourself, but I'm giving you a whole lot of strategy and game right now. But you don't always have to operate as a prime, as the main company operating a contract. You can actually work as a subcontractor. So you can also go take a look and say, well, looking for barber beautician contracts in my state, and who holds, who is the prime contractor on there. Let me reach out and see if they can utilize my services. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me see. Let's find out how to do this right. Boom. All right. So you see up here, barber and beautician services. Now this came out the end of 2023. Let me see when it's due. Due today. It actually was due an hour ago. No, it's 12. This is a few hours ago. But that's okay. I just wanted to show you guys how the opportunities come about. They come about fast. And you always have to have, one foot in the door. You have to set up your profiles in these portals so that they actually send you these opportunities to your email. And you don't always have to go and scour through the hundreds of thousands contract opportunities that exist in these portals, right? You can already have it segmented for what you do and have it sent to you. And then it's just a more seamless process for you, okay? So this contract's been out for a few weeks. They're on round number 3, which means they either forgot to put in information for the contract initially, or they just didn't find a suitable candidate for this contract. All right, this is our Alabama portal, and I want to just go over the summary of what they're looking for. And when I tell y'all it is so minimal, it is extremely minimal. Okay, so barber and beautician services for students, Mount Meigs campus to be provided on a monthly basis per student. Okay, so there's barber and beautician services monthly per student at this campus. Okay, barbering tools and utensils to be provided by the supplier, and the location is at the Alabama Department of Youth Services in Montgomery, Alabama. And this is let's see, it's from February 1st to the end of the fiscal year, which is September. So I'm gonna count on my fingers. Don't judge me. That's not September. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So that is 8 months. So you have an 8-month contract to cut youth hair. Like you're guaranteed that money, right? So I went to dig a little bit deeper because they didn't give a number. Like how many youth are we cutting? We're cutting once a month, whatever the case is. Okay, cool. So I did a little bit of research. Okay, Alabama Department of Youth Services. Now this is nothing different than what y'all would do. Okay, it's the same process. You see a contract opportunity, you have to do some research. Okay, and where there's not any additional information for you to make a a bid or anything that is comfortable for you to like give your numbers on, call the people. Call the people who have put the contract out. Get more information. There usually are areas or emails or point of contact for these contracts, so you can get more clarity on these contract opportunities. So, and don't mind, I got my 4-year-old. I told you my kids are home, so y'all gonna hear somebody, but that doesn't mean the contracts stop. All right. So Alabama Department of Youth Services. So I wanted to know, well, how many youth are here? So these are, I'm assuming, students that are young people that are on state property, and they're being taken care of by the state. That's all I know, right? And so I was just going to do a little digging to see, okay, how many students are involved, on this campus? And so just at a quick glance, 450 youth. All right, so what does that mean? What does that translate to? You could do haircuts and hairstyles for approximately 450 youth every month for the next 8 months. And so basically what this contract is looking for is for you to give them a price of how much it would cost you as a barber and beautician. And I'm pretty sure you have to put a team together if you're not capable of servicing all those students by yourself. That's a lot. So you're gonna have to consider a price of a team of of a couple barbers or beauticians, and the flexibility of your schedule. That's up to you to ask and get more information about from the contracting officer. But anybody's looking who have some consistent income in this particular field, this is where contracting definitely comes into place. 450 heads. Most of y'all don't even see 450 customers in a month, right? And so you can win big with this, right? And get a lot in such a little bit of time. And if you do great, even if you're awarded and you do great, you may, you want to leave good impressions wherever you are. You want to leave your business in good standing with whomever you work with. And so these contracts do come back around often. If they don't give you the option to have multi-year, then the contract comes back like this in a portal every year. And you may have priority because you are one who has completed it and have done excellent and all those things. So put number 1 in the chat if you still follow me. You still got me, all right? I don't want to go too deep, but there wasn't nothing to go deep on about this contract. I don't know if it's just my state. They just be throwing stuff out there with little information, and they figure on the back end, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted to show y'all that there are contracts for barbers and cosmetologists, those of you who do hair. There are absolutely contract opportunities for you out here. And so spread the word. Well, this one is due today, so this one's no longer a live contract. But if they don't get what they're looking for, if there's an amendment, they forgot some information that they wanted to add into the contract, it can absolutely come back out into the portal and be available for everyone. But also do know that where one contract exists in one state or one area, it can absolutely exist in your area as well. So do some research. The name of the game in this space is to definitely do research. If you're not used to doing research or not okay with doing research, just pack it up because there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of conversations, there's a lot of networking, and you're just not going to walk in the front door and get a contract, right? Um, all about relationships, all about people knowing you, because there's a lot of scams out there, and so people want to just know, like, are there real people who just know how to do business, who can do the job and do it well, and everybody be happy, you know? It's just as simple as that. But it though it wasn't as simple as that, it's also been very hard to find, I can say sometimes from the agency side, it's hard to find notable companies to fulfill the job. So I just wanted to put that out there for y'all who were wondering, um, does the government buy what I have to offer? You have a whole contract to service potentially a little over 400 people doing barbering and beautician services. You talk about that guaranteed money, baby. I mean, for the next 8 months, I would be in there every day that I could be hustling and bustling, and in the rest of the 4 months for the rest of the year, I would be chilling. Okay, but that's just me. That hustle mentality, I can't help it. But also consider that when they have contracts like this, you have to build your team. So. You may need to reach out to a couple other barbers and be like, "Hey, are you interested in doing this?" Or beauticians, are you interested in doing that? And build your team, build your portfolio, and present that as well to the agency. Um, but yeah, that was like simple, easy. Make sure that y'all check your portals. For those of you who are registered in your portals, definitely check out your portals. I was looking at some this morning, and there was some really good contracts in there. And I haven't been looking at contracts. I'm currently working in one of my contracts, and so I haven't been looking for me because I'm good right now. 'Cause I don't need every contract. My contract is great. But when I saw a couple of them contracts in a couple of states this morning, I was like, oh, okay. There's a lot of training. There's a lot of consulting um, and licensing to software that is out there. So, or curriculum, you know. So if you provide any of those things in your business, um, definitely start doing the work to protect that information, your intellectual property, and then see contracts that are looking for those things. I promise you they're out there. um, I know next week I'm going to tap into I know it was agreed on it maybe last night, yesterday, or this morning, with the extension of the on the federal side, their fiscal year 23 budget. I learned yesterday, we're not even operating in fiscal year 24. And my brain is just going because there's so much with that. Because we're in quarter 2 in the government contracting arena, and we're not even using any money per se in the new fiscal year budget. That's all I'm gonna say with that, because woo, y'all just be ready. I have some workshops coming up at the end of this month, and I'm gonna do a workshop January, February, March, and April. That information is coming out below. I'm gonna put a link below to some of the services, bundles, my mentorship. We have our 1 year next week. I'm so excited, and I've been revamping it. When I tell you the mentorship is like, baby, it is hot. Man, listen. So just stay tuned for more stuff I'm gonna put out for y'all to connect. The mentorship is on Mondays at 8 p.m. and I'm opening it up for free on Mondays so y'all can experience it. So I want y'all to I want y'all to win. And I want y'all to perfect your skills in this space. I don't want to always do the work for you. I want you to know how to do it. I want you to know how to walk in rooms, talk yourself, stretch yourself, and present yourself and your business before some big buyers because they are out there. Um, there's no reason for us to be struggling, but if you take all the information from the community that you're in, that helps you to prosper and position you, you'll do well. This is 2024. It is our Kobe year. Let's win. All right. But that's all I got for you. I got children over here looking at me like, Mom, hurry up. We're ready to eat lunch. And so let me go do my due diligence. I love y'all. Remember, opportunities are everywhere. Stay tuned for a couple extra links for me coming out this week and this weekend. Those of you in the South, y'all be safe. Don't go outside unless you absolutely need to. Um, y'all stay warm in this winter wonderland. Let's get over this contract life in 2024, baby. We're gonna be look at my shirt. It says under contract. We're gonna be under contract in 2024. Love y'all. Take care, y'all.